Welcome back to DM-Nastics, the gym for dungeon masters to work out their minds. I'm one of your hosts, DM Celeste, aka Sea Witch.
And I'm your other host, DM Neil, aka Jote Maniac. And today, we're going to get weird.
Ooh.
Because I found an article entitled, well, it's a long title. So if you go over to Wargamer and you just type weird gods, it will get you there. But 6 seriously weird Dungeons and Dragons gods to spice up your next campaign.
Ooh, says it all in that title.
Yes, written by Molly Russell, which I will say, like, the actual content of the article is written in a way that speaks to me more than the other ones. A lot of articles are written in a very, like, scripted default way that, like, I fully understand, like, why you're doing it and the metrics and everything on the back end. Do understand. I don't necessarily always enjoy that method. This is a much more conversational piece, but still gives great information. So, Molly, well done.
Thank you, Molly.
But we have 6 very weird gods. We could just take them in order, or we could jump ahead, whichever you want to do.
Let's go in order. They're all, I have heard of maybe half of these. So this is
how
cool.
I felt, and I was like, "Oh, okay, you're doing good work because you're getting it past both of us." Then,
yeah, I like also buckle in. It's time to get weird. Is her last sentence here? I'm like, yeah,
yes. The first couple of paragraphs, I was like, okay, I'm gonna enjoy this.
Yeah, Mistra, Torm, Shar, all those gods are great, but they're so mainstream. Yeah, let's talk about some weird gods.
No, okay. Justice, death, and agriculture are all noble causes, but won't somebody think of the insects or the oozes?
Yeah.
Who's making sure they get their dues?
Yeah, you need to be
Great
the cleric
Molly.
of slime. Yay.
Oh,
incredible.
That's the first thing. That, and perfect segue. The first one we're going to look at is Guanadar.
Wow.
Which already sounds like a metal band that, like, dresses up in weird Gwar. Because they are, in fact, the Lord of Slime, the god of oozes and abominations.
Incredible. Yes. So there are pictures with these, and it says, yes, its avatar manifests as a giant purple slug, a tentacled roper, or an undefined but very sticky green substance. So, whoa, just like an animate pile of sludge. Incredible. Yeah, this art is horrific, by the way. It's like a gigantic slug thing with, I don't know, it's like got beholder tentacle eyes and like hundreds of teeth in circle rows. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah, and a bunch of like lesser ones beneath it.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so let's see. For Gonador. Also, by the way, kids, look at the article because these names are going to be hard to say.
Yeah.
So yeah, for Gonador, chaotic evil isn't just an alignment; it's a mission statement. Right. Okay, likes to swallow things whole, willing sacrifices. Yep. Likes watching people suffer at the hands of monsters. Hates all the gods. Yeah. Okay. Has some churches in the Underdark. Yeah. They're all stinky and slimy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and it's like, why worship him? Well, he'll take care of you as long as you serve only him. He doesn't care about anything else.
Yeah. Very minimal requirements, but also you may get eaten. High risk, high reward.
Yeah. You provide sacrifices, you worship him, all good.
Yeah.
You can look like whatever you want, you can do whatever you want, he doesn't care. So, wow.
And one of the things that also drew me to this article specifically is that not all of these really fit. And I think it's written with the intent to be like, hey, player, what an interesting deity you could follow. And for I would say at least half of these, my thought is, hey, no. Yeah. But for me, it's cool because no, please don't. No, cleric.
Yeah, I will make a call to this guy of villains for you to fight, but oh boy, cleric, maybe don't pick this.
I'm like, yeah, go ahead. Roll that 20. Let's see if you live or die today.
Yeah, though I can absolutely imagine like a stinky little goblin cleric just loving this god, right? You know?
Shouting slime. It's slime time every time they cast.
Oh, speaking of chaos.
Uh-huh.
Our next one, the ever popular Blib Dual Pulp. Yes. Look at me. I nailed
Blib
that.
dual pool.
So this is one of the gods I did know about because, wow, once you hear this, you cannot forget it. So, yes, Forgotten Realms, Underdark, it's the Kuatoas, so the weird fish guys who are always just a little bit off and have questionable sanity in general. They worship this god. So, Blib dual poolp. Yee. Ups the weird by manifesting as a giant naked human with a lobster head and claws. Yeah, I've seen in games all the weird statues of this. You're always like, what?
Okay, this is always a little bit of a hang up for me. Not necessarily because of the nudity, but because of the way that this god was created.
Yeah.
One, the positive is that I like to, when I play the game and build a pantheon, I have a tendency to lean into this as just a basic design concept for me, where power through belief, or the Freddy Krueger principle, if you will, where the more people that believe in this deity, the more
powerful
power they will have. And the same idea that if you were to create something in a modern setting, you could have the god of social media or something like that, because different things require different amounts. That also means though that the Kuatoa just dreamt up this is it. This is the divine figure that
when we think
will pray to forever.
Yeah.
Is this naked lady with a lobster head?
Yeah, who is paranoid, bloodthirsty, and moody, and ready to smite you. So, the fish folk, it's a species of creatures just we just want a big lobster woman to step on us if we're bad. And that's...
I've also always thought of convincing, speaking of campaigns, convincing an entire set of Kuatoa to believe something just to make it real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, it also makes me think of the orcs in Warhammer 40,000. Mm-hmm. They literally have a mechanical rule. It's faster if it's red. And if you paint your vehicle red, your orc vehicle red, it is allowed to go 1 inch further than it normally would.
That is so wild. Whoa.
And it's just through sheer belief.
Yep.
That things work, and they do work because they believe it. It's they have this basic low level latent psychic ability, and by collective thought, things are true.
That's incredible.
And I think about this a lot with the Kuatoa in doing things in that same realm of things. Again, though, you're gonna really need to sell me on it, because probably better off worshipping a sea god like Umberly, who is just as chaotic and mean. And even they say it could make a compelling enemy for the party, or for a fun tongue twister.
Fun. Make sure your GM is okay with having to say this over and over again before you pick this. Yeah. Okay. This next one, I had not heard of this one.
Same.
Next.
So Korst, non-humanoids, it seems, get all the best gods because Korst is a Slod, lord whose domain is quite literally randomness and whimsy.
Oh, whimsy. That's fun.
He's so chaotic that his presence can, under the right circumstances, destable reality.
Mm-hmm. Hey, maybe links back to our last episode with the Blink Dog chaos.
That's what I was thinking. Wild magic sorcerers, Wand of Wonder, surge tables, everything.
Yeah, so Korst is extremely unpredictable, impulsive, chasing after whatever whim strikes him, then switching his attention. So the ADHD god, basically. One moment destroy a city, the other he will stop to pet a cat. Whoa!
And he's got a lifetime ban on...
Ban from Mechanists, because they're this guy, so many problems with our machines.
You can't come back here anymore.
Wow, interesting. So weird that it's a Slod, because they're so alien monster to me, but really interesting. Yeah.
I love the last sentence. They may be seen as malicious, insane, or even stupid, but he's actually a very intelligent and thoughtful being. The issue simply is that he can't keep those thoughts in one place for too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was one where it was mid-fight, just might walk off and go pet a cat.
Yep. I'm
out.
That's what's up. I like this concept, when we talk about things like that predate humans, right? These weird alien eldritch beings, finding ways to express how much being alive for so long and having so much power for so long, the ways that can make you behave and twist your mind, right? When you're just old as the universe, this is one of those ways. It's why not, indulge in the randomness and the chaos of it all. It's just, it's a lot more natural, I think, than these like very serious humanoid gods. Like, why would a god who's been, there since the beginning care about laws or whatever?
Don't take me to task on this, anyone, please. But what I remember from looking into like current scientific studies, because surprise, surprise, a lot of people with a lot of money really don't want to die, and are investing a lot of money to figure out how to accomplish such tasks.
Ugh.
The key thing that they can't quite figure out is what to do about your brain.
Yeah.
Because your brain can't handle it. Your brain can't keep going for that long.
Mm-mm.
They've figured out a lot of stuff with the physical body of like, oh no, we can fix this and we can turn this dial down and you get more years, but it's not going to be good. They're not going to be fun years because your brain is going to be like, we should have stopped at some point.
This is why these people need to rewatch and reread all the vampire things that have ever come out, because things that live forever get bummed out. You get bummed out. And you lose it. And that's just what it is.
Although I do enjoy anyone that, if I forget what movie it was, but like they make fun of poor vampires. They're like, you've been around for 400 years.
Yeah, what are you doing?
You couldn't figure
Invest. I think it was What We Do in the Shadows, right?
Yeah. It's like, of course you have a castle. How would you not have a castle?
How would you not have a castle?
Been around forever.
Why didn't you buy shares of Microsoft, you idiot? Yeah.
Just put your money in the system and let it accrue.
Charm a guy and tell him to give you your money. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you could literally make people your thralls.
Yeah.
And they just give you money.
Most of the billionaires on this planet are very, very foolish people. You could easily manipulate them. Come on.
You got this.
Come on.
Yeah, just a few of the right people and you're good to go.
You're good to go.
Next we have
Kiput Yito. Okay, well, that name is very interesting. So a fairly normal god in comparison to most on this list, known as the Mother of Plague, chaotic evil demi-goddess of disease. Oh, because she's died twice. Forgotten Realms already had a goddess of disease. Yeah, I've heard of Talona. Kippi Yuto challenged her and failed, got murdered, and then she came back.
For the second sundering. And then got wrecked again by Moander. Well, I don't know them either.
Moander is, I think, a Dwarven god?
The deity of rot and corruption.
Okay. Yeah, girl can't catch a break is one of the sentences in here. And it sounds like, a great patron for a warlock. Yeah, for sure. I like that this is interesting because it's a demi-goddess. So it definitely does appeal more to folks like warlocks, right? Because real, true gods don't have time to go around recruiting warlocks, right? They've already got all the power they need. They're good. But having human agents is a very useful thing for these sort of semi-gods or god-like, creatures that are looking to, get a godhood. So that's when your warlocks become really, really interesting. I'd let this fly.
Oh, yeah. And that goes back to the idea that, if this warlock, as they gain power, this deity gains power. As they gain notoriety, the deity gains notoriety. And, through belief comes power. But apparently the vestige subclass allows you to have a dying god as a pet. And so, that's the concept. It's like you could have this be your pet that goes with you and then is basically, really on your side and big thumbs up for you to be successful because your success is their success.
Whoa. Sorry, I just like the vestige warlock. I was like, what? Yeah. I gotta go and look at that later. Wow.
And I also love that it and this is also an article from Molly, but the top line describes it as, while it's not the most powerful subclass, the roleplay potential is off the charts.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
You're just carrying around a dying god with you.
As your pet.
Yep.
What? All right. Incredible. Okay. Next one. That's Brom. Oh, now we're going to Greyhawk. Okay, I have to say, Greyhawk had my all-time favorite deities. I think it's because I played so much 3.5, and the in the player's guide, all of those were the Greyhawk deities. So I'm always Paylor, my boy of the sun, and all of these gods here. So Brom, Greyhawk, the goddess of insects. Ooh. Other than her hyper-specific domain, she's actually pretty regular. She manifests as a middle-aged human with insect wings. Ooh, cool.
That's when she's not being a giant wasp, giant scorpion, or an ankeg.
Yeah. She's also the god of industriousness and believes in order and hierarchy. I love this because think about ants, right? Like this is so, or hives, hives of wasps, like these communities that are so structured and so incredible. I love that for the insect thing. Most people are like, ew, insects, gross. I'm like, insects are incredible and super powerful and can accomplish so much. And there are so many more of them. I heard like a stat that of 1 in 4 animals in the world are beetles. Like if you look at the numbers.
Okay. I didn't think that's the one you were going to go with.
Oh.
So yes. And number of ants on Earth.
So many.
Yeah. It's a number I couldn't possibly have retained in my mind because why would I remember the term 20 quadrillion ants on Earth
Quadrillion?
Right now? That's 20 followed
real.
by 15 additional zeros. Per person, there are roughly 2.5 million ants.
So this god Brom, she sees her followers as insects in a hive who should find fulfillment in hard work and, respect their authority. So this is a great god. I would absolutely put her into a game right now and open it up for, clerics and stuff. I do also like the best gods, her doctrine can easily be twisted into oppression, right? So she is just as likely to be worshipped by, tyrants as by humble farmers who are like working hard in their communities, which is really cool. I love lawful neutral is so interesting to me. I love that. Lawful evil and lawful neutral, I think, are my favorite categories. So as a lawful neutral god, she speaks to me.
Yeah, and I love the way it's described. Brahm seemingly cares more about upholding the system than examining its effects.
It's more about the order. It doesn't really matter what we're trying to accomplish here, as long as everyone. It's very zen, actually.
Yeah, and it can get into some really play with this fire, this dangerous fire I will give to you, because there's a very interesting thing about the idea of what is moral and what is legal.
Yes,
and I feel like you can dip into a little bit of that with this god of no. I mean, it's per the rules. It's like. Yeah. Oh, and then my go-to thing that I tell everyone that I try and espouse, repetition is not justification. Just because it's been that way forever doesn't mean it's okay. That just might mean it's been bad forever.
Just because we've always done it this way does not mean that is the way it should be done.
But
our last one.
If we wanted the ultimate chaos lord, we'll pick Zagig. I don't know how to say it, but who cares?
I think that was great. Zagig, kind of like a gag, I think. Yeah, Zagag.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they are the god of humor in Greyhawk. Yay! So worshiping them gives the perfect excuse to tell dad jokes at every D&D session.
We all know we have at least one player right now that just popped into our heads that would sell this and love it.
Yeah, like they weren't happening anyways. Yeah. Sure. We needed to be let off the leash on this one. He's also the god of eccentricity, occult lore, and unpredictability.
Incredible.
So yes, while the dad joke thing and humor is fun, that next line is
occult
10
lore
times more intriguing.
Yeah, unpredictability, that is just ripe for any spellcaster who isn't like a cleric or a wizard, right? And has to follow rules. Sorcerers, I imagine, would love this. Anything wild or chaos magic related seems right up this guy's alley.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit for both of us. I mean, I'm not opposed to a good dad joke, and he loves to create puzzles.
Yes!
And he forces his jokes on everyone he meets. I mean, I feel like this is, I mean, if I make a cleric, I think I'm going to lean into this one because I have a tendency that, if I have a really bad joke that's in my brain, I want to say it so I don't think about it anymore. And I feel like Zagig would really appreciate this approach.
Yeah. I really like this because he's got a Loki vibe, but with a friendly streak or a more wizardy kind of streak going on. I think he would be a very interesting god to put in your game, even if nobody worships him, just as an antagonist or maybe a helpful ally or that guy you never really know.
He's known to travel with Mordekainen and Bigby just chilling.
Oh, yeah. Who are big mess, heaping magic mess wizards. Yes.
humor and oddity. So he's perfect for God for pretty much any
A bard,
quirky bard.
yeah. Oh boy. This is great. Wow, what a great article, Molly. I learned a lot. It was very fun.
Oh, but I love the idea of having a cleric who's just like a stand-up comedian.
Yeah. Our prayer, our ritual. Everybody get together.
Just get up there and do a tight five.
Yeah.
And then just call
Ritual
it good.
laughter. Yay.
Yeah. Sold.
Cool.
Write that down. Next cleric I make is definitely of Zagig.
It's a gig.
But if you enjoyed that and you want to leave us a rating and review, it would make me happy. It could be any number of stars you want. And of course, you can do that at your podcatcher of choice. And as always, you can head over to your email service of choice. There are so many out there. It's wild. But you can email us at dungeonmastersblock@gmail.com and let us know which weird gods you've been using in your campaigns. And of course, if you head over to social media, as always,
good luck.
Gird your loins. That's not what I want to say, but it came to mind. So then I said it, so I didn't have to think about it anymore.
Clench.
Yeah, you know what? Just, if you go to social media, put a timer on it. Just whatever you do. When you go into the darkness, have a timer. And when the timer goes off, just close it.
Just leave it.
Don't doom scroll forever. Don't do that. But if you were going to do it and it not be as arduous, you can always find us at DMS_block or me at JokeManiac.
Yeah, and you can find me at C. Conowitch. And for everything else on the network, check out blockpartypodcastnetwork.com. And a huge thank you, as always, to the bards over on Bombarded for our intro and outro music. You can find out more about Bombarded at bombardedcast.com.
But rather than let these mental gains go to waste, let's head to taking your supplements.
Taking your supplements.
It is no secret that I do not like the Stranger Things starter set for Dungeons and Dragons because it holds to a very particular style.
Yeah.
And then in turn, because of that, is a horrible way to start playing Dungeons and Dragons. Because the whole basis is that Mike has written it and you're reading a module written from the perspective of like a 12-year-old. And it holds really true to that. And like, if you're a huge fan of Stranger Things, it works really well. You then also need to couple the fact that you need to be an amazing dungeon master to smooth over the fact that you're reading verbatim with no additional input, a module written by a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Thematically, impeccable. As a way to start Dungeons and Dragons,
not recommended.
Wild. No, in no way would I recommend it. I mean, the Rick and Morty one's even tough because of how much it falls into that. But it's written like a true module.
Yeah.
And like, so like any issues you could have, you might have with it. But this one is not. Now that said, the thing I am going to talk about today, as I reach down, is Dungeons and Dragons Tales from the Table, a campaign archive.
Ooh, what is that?
So this is a Stranger Things supplement.
Oh, cool. It looks like a really cool book.
So basically the concept is the kids who are still there are compiling all of their previous campaign material and putting it into a book to send to Will. Because remember, in the story, he moves away. And so basically, Lucas, Mike, and Dustin are all compiling the information from their previous campaigns, putting it into a book, and sending it to him as like a reminder of all the adventures they've had.
Oh, that's cool.
And so it's written old school as heck. Like everything looks like it's graph paper.
Oh,
and then
so
it's
cool.
just detailing their campaigns with like side notes written by the three of them. Like they've taken Will's stuff, but then also wrote notes to him throughout it. So it's a really interesting insight to like the entirety of a campaign, and especially again, if you're a fan of Stranger Things, but it also throws back to like a lot of old school D&D things that are just fun. And it's just this really interesting hit of nostalgia to also be like, you know, they're kids and it's still written from the perspective of kids.
Also, what a great idea. If I have a lot of people who ask me, what should I give my dungeon master? Like as a gift for the holidays or something. Like what a cool thing to do. Like a model to, you know, show your appreciation or to celebrate the end of a campaign, putting together something like that. Wow. So cool.
Yeah. And then like it has like hand-drawn versions of like the old school modules of like when they're fighting the red dragon, but it's like looks like it's hand drawn by a kid. They have drawings of treasure, things that they basically like taped in to be like
That's
these
so
were
cool.
hand drawn. The other thing is like they have there the old school D&D stickers. Do you remember stickers that were just like insanely like just raised to
Yeah.
like an unreasonable
Yeah,
level?
the
They
weird,
would
like, the
never stay
puffy
on.
paint stickers. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so
all
they have
over.
the D&D ones of those
So cool.
there as well throughout the book, and like they've even shadowed it in a way that looks, gives it almost that like 3D appearance.
What is the name of the book? One more time.
Dungeons and Dragons: Tales from the Table, a campaign archive.
Okay.
And yeah, like this, it literally breaks it down of like deep things. Like, so his campaign is, and he also even goes through like iterations of the word, calls it elder tree. And so instead of the oldest tree, the ancient roots, the first tree, and then the kingdoms are literally pine, elm, oak, hickory, and birch. And then describes
cool.
the individual realms. And then you have their character sheets in here. And then you have a map. So it's one of those things where like it just hits in a bunch of different, very specific ways when I was reading through it, to the point where like I care enough to mention it.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know how many times it needs to be resaid. If we ever get paid for something directly, you'll know. And the reason you don't hear about it is because we don't.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I saw it. I bought it. I read it. And what surprised me the most, because I didn't go in with this intention or thinking, is the amount of material I can genuinely pull out and put into my game if I felt like it. Maps, monsters, campaign ideas, world ideas. It's all in there because it is literally like a start to finish compilation of that campaign for you to read.
What a cool idea.
And yeah, just the thematics of it are wild. Because even they make the cover tactile. So then how like when you're trying to get a pin to work and like you just scribble a whole bunch before it starts.
Yeah.
That's on the cover multiple times, but you can physically feel it.
Oh, that's so cool. What a neat thing.
I mean, the scarier stuff is like the implications of like, cause you can see like the shadow drawing he did of what he called the mind flayer.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I mean, yeah, he was all kinds of things. I don't want to ruin Stranger Things for anybody, but you really should watch it.
Check it out.
We'll have a link to that in the show notes. I have no idea where I will send you, but typically it will not be a large store. It will be the smallest store I can find.
Some great used book websites. I'm finding it there. So look around. Buy used.
I have a tendency to push very specifically to Powell Books because that is my last name and a great place.
Heck yeah.
But with that, we'll turn out the lights and head out of the gym.
Before we go, I want to implore you, the listener, to join the forums, the Discord, social media, anywhere else you can find us, and take part in these challenges, exercises, and other amazing conversations being had.
And to do that, head over to bit.ly/DMBanter and try some DM-Nastics so your players don't ask, do you even lift?